This quote, something that I think a lot of us, especially us shy people, us people that get embarrassed a little easily, this is something that could definitely help us out, right? Think about it. It says, sing like a motivational quote by Rumi. Sing like the birds sing, not worrying about who hears or what they think. Sing like the birds sing, not worrying about who hears or what they think. Birds sing, for they don't care who hears them or what they think. They just living their life. They're doing them. They're being themselves, right? They don't care what people are saying. They don't care about what the cat is. They don't care about anything besides what they're doing, and it makes them happy. It's who they are, right? I think that's something that a lot of us could just kind of live by, right? Stop worrying about other people. Stop worrying about what others think. Just do you. Do you and be you and continue to live that life. Continue to live being yourself, right? Because that's the main thing. A lot of us, like I said, we just think of it and we're like, I ain't about that. I understand. But I think a lot of us we need to see it for that. We need to be able to be like, okay, know what? I see what's going on. I see what's happening, right? But let me be me. I don't need to care what other people think of me because I'm going to continue to be me. They ain't going to dictate of how I want to be. They're not going to dictate to me of who I should be or how I should be or what I should do or what I should say or how I should do this or that. Be you. Be genuinely you. Be unique. Be creative. That's the whole thing I'm trying to live by. And know what? This one's a little hard because know what? Shyness, embarrassment, things like that. Ooh, that's my biggest enemy. But know what? It's okay. It's okay. I will get there. Eventually, I'll be like, know what? I don't care. People can hear me be motivational, inspirational all they want. I'm going to speak into existence. The most effective way to do it is to do it, right? I've talked about this many times. Procrastination, right? We procrastinate so much and we just think, oh, know what? We can't do it. We can't get it done, right? And we just put it off and we put the most effective motivational quote by Amelia Earhart. The most effective way to do it is to do it. The most effective way to do it is to do it. Put it off and we put it off, right? But it says the most effective way to do it is to just do it, right? I mean, yeah, you're going to come up with some trial and error along the way, but then you're going to learn from it. It's going to help you in the future projects. It's going to help you on the future actions. It's going to help you on next time, right? So that's the thing. The best way to do it is just to do it. Just get started, right? The best time to start is start now. It don't matter if you've restarted this so many times. You could just keep doing it. You could just keep continuing to be you, right? Continue to be you. Continue to just put your best foot forward. Continue to put effort. Continue to be you. Continue to do what you need to do, right? Because if you procrastinate, if you put it off and you put it off, you're never going to get anything done. You're never going to be proud of yourself. You're never going to accomplish anything. You're never going to get the accolades, the recognition, the joy in finishing something, the joy in getting rewarded for something, the joy in learning something new, doing something new, trial and error, right? We're all going to deal with it. We're all going to go through it, and that's totally fine. But we just got to start doing it, right? We just got to start doing it. Nothing's going to be perfect, right? Nothing's going to be perfect, but we could definitely do our part and just start getting things done, bro. This is for the people that overthink, that they just sit in bed, they sit at home, they worry until they're blue in the face. They worry until, man, they die, right? We know these people. Probably we're some of them. William Shakespeare. There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it too, right? And that's the thing, right? When I'm thinking about it, It's neither good or bad, but when you keep thinking about it, it's either going to be one or the other. Most of the time, it's going to be a lot worse than it actually is, because our thoughts are going to run wild. Our thoughts, our imagination, all our worries, all these things are just going to keep going, and it's going to spin out of control. We're going to be self-defeated, right? We're just going to be dumb. We're drained. We give up. We're whatever it is, right? We just give up at a certain point, or we just deal with it and we just suffer through it, right? But that's why we got to start putting in those positive thoughts in our mind, right? That's when we got to start self-love. That's when we got to start doing all these other things to start taking care of our mental state. And I promise you, the worries ain't going to go away. The overthinking ain't just going to go away, but it will be easier to overcome situations when it happens, right? So that's the main thing. To continue to put positive things into your mind, positive vibes out there, to be able to feed yourself some love, some self-love. And I promise you that it will benefit you. It will help you. It will help you grow. It will make something of you. And you will have a new outlook on everything, a new outlook on life, a new outlook on every situation, a new outlook on people. And I promise you, once you see through that lens, it's going to be way different, bro. From night to day. The greatest glory in living, it's not the greatest glory in living doesn't lie within never failing, right? Because we're going to fail. But the greatest glory. So, Nelson Mandela. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Glory is rising every time that you do fail, right? No one really cares about somebody that never fails, somebody that is just perfect. They do everything to perfection. Nothing ever goes wrong, right? It's about the adversity, right? It's about the overcoming certain things. It's about the odds being stacked against you. It's about, man, just life hits you and you down, you are out, and then you come back and you make something yourself. Come back and you prove everyone wrong. You prove yourself wrong. You prove your haters wrong. You prove family wrong. You prove everyone wrong, right? And you continue to fight on. You continue to fight on. You continue to move in the direction that God wants you to move. You continue to be something great. You continue to grow. You continue to build. You continue to be the person that God made you to be, that God sees you as, right? See, that's why when you rise up, every time that you fall, every time that you fail, every time that something happens, I promise you, you're going to be something more. You're going to be proud of yourself. And you're going to be like, know what? Man, who would have known? But know what? Thank you, God, for giving me the strength and the power to be able to make it through, to be able to get me to this next. Bro, that's the thing. God got you. You know, I'm not saying that you put your faith in Him, that everything's going to be good or everything's going to come out the way that you want it. But I promise you, God's got you, and you have nothing to worry about. Insanity. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. My dad talks to me and tells me about this every single time, and it's always in my mind, right? And who can relate? By Anonymous. Insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, right? You go through your life and you're like, man, everything just seems like a little crazy, right? Everything just seems out of control, and you think that, you know, things are going to change, but you're continuing to do the same habits. You're continuing to think the same way. You're continuing to hang around with the same people, associate with the same people, to date the same people, to date the same person, right? You continue to stay in the cycle, thinking, okay, it's going to be different this time. It's not. You literally have to get out of that situation, get out of that habit, get out of that, and do something new in order for something new to happen. Because if you continue to do the same thing, the same results are always going to happen. Nothing's ever going to change. And in our minds, in today's society, we think and we continue to do the same thing, thinking that, you know what, it's going to be good. You know what, it's going to be okay. You know what, it's not. You need to make the changes, right? Life is about growth. But if you continue to be stagnant, if you continue to just be there and continue to do the same and continue with the same habits that you always been doing, it's never going to change. And I promise you that, right? I promise you that because I've been there. Why? Because I've seen it. Why? Because you know what? That's the thing. A lot of us, we want change, we want something new, but we don't want to put the effort in it, right? We're either too scared, we're too lazy, or we just don't think it's ever going to work. But you don't know if it's going to work unless you do it. You got to get out of the comfort zone and do it. You got to start putting in the work and start doing it, right? That's the big thing. We cannot keep repeating the same thing and expecting different results. We have to grow. We have to be better. We have to do better for ourselves and for those around us, right? And I hope that this podcast, I hope that this episode, I hope that this quote just like enlightens you. I hope it motivates you. I hope it inspires you. I hope it kind of just gets things rolling up in that, right? Don't keep repeating the same cycles. Continue to grow. That's the whole point about all of this, is to grow in this life and be the person that God has designed you to be. And without further ado, I'm going to have to bid y'all adieu. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe too. And until next time, salute.